In this lesson, we will learn about union. Union is designed to unify different values from two or more queries. If the value is similar in both tables, it will be united to one value. In this example, we can see that we select city from customers. So the city from customers has 91 rows. And we union it with the select city from suppliers. We have in the customers table city, in the suppliers table city. And we have 29 rows of cities in the supplier. Now, if we want to do union, what it will do, if it sees a city that belongs here and here, so it will combine them. If the city located here but not here, so it will be a unique by itself. And this is why if we do union, we see that eventually we have 93 different cities. One more important note, that the quantity and the order of the columns must be similar between all queries and their types must be compatible. What it means? What it means that we need the same amount of columns to be in the first query and in the second query. It means that if we have city, only city in the customers, we can't have here city and last name because it will not union together. It can't be two columns here and one column there. It can't be done. So we must have the same amount of columns and the order of them in both of the queries. Let's see it in the SQL Server. Here, if we look at the query, we see that we have select city from the customers, union with select city from the suppliers. Now let's see them one by one. We have the select asterisk from customers. Now this is the city. And if we look at this, only on this, we have 91 rows. But we can see that we have multiplier rows of Lisboa, London, and so on. So if we look at this only in distinct way, and run this, so we have 69 rows. Now let's look at the supplier. So we have select city from the suppliers. Even if we run this, we have 29 rows. But if we'll do distinct, then we have 29 rows because the suppliers, the city of them are unique. What it means to do union? To do union is to combine between them. Let's see how it looks like. If I will combine between them by full join, let's call the customer C and the supplier, let's call it S. Now we want C from the city and S to the city in these suppliers and combine them on the city. The C city equals to S city. Now if we combine between them, it's still not good because we have multiply London. The union does not do multiply. If we see London, it takes it and it stays only one. Only one time London, not multiplied. So we need to group it by the city. Now let's run this. And we see that we get 93 rows. Let's see why. Because when the city in customers runs and the city from suppliers runs, so from the suppliers, this is the suppliers table, this is the city from the customers, and this is the city from the supplier. Let's run this. The city from the supplier, we see Ann Arbor, the SQL CD Ann Arbor, and not in the customers table, so it takes it. Then move down to NC and so on. This is the cities that are relevant to the suppliers. They are not in the customers, so it takes it once. Now, you see the agent from the customers table it's not appearing in the suppliers table, so it takes it only once. Then move down. The customers, all these cities are not appears in the suppliers, but you see Berlin. Berlin is in customers table and in suppliers table, so it combined between them and gives us only one row of Berlin. So if Berlin appears multiple times here in the customers, when we union between them, we see it only one. And if it appears in the suppliers table, so it also combine it to one row. So the Berlin, even though it's located in the suppliers table and multiple times in the customer table, we still see it as one row. It will do unique row. We can see it in London, that London we saw that there is multiple time. No, there is multiple time London, only one. So what we need to understand from this in the union, that the SQL runs the customers, even if city are in multiple time, it only takes one in distinct way. Then it union it in the supplier table, and if he sees some cities that were in the customers, so he combined between them. So a city will be only once in the result. Let's run this again, and we see that Berlin appears only once. Also, London appears only once. And all cities that are in customers are not in the suppliers, or in the suppliers but they are not in the customers. All of them appears once. So what we need to understand from this, that in customers table and in the suppliers table we have 93 unique cities.